Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show where we break down the most explosive, heart-stopping, and jaw-dropping moments in entertainment news. Coming to you live with a story that has left fans reeling and critics talking for days. Tonight, we're diving deep into the premiere of The Voice Season 27 Knockouts, a night of unforgettable performances, emotional twists, and shocking eliminations that had us all on the edge of our seats. In a night that felt like a relentless roller coaster of surprises and heartbreak, the Knockouts set the stage for what promises to be one of the most talked about rounds in this season's competition, from powerhouse performances that showcase the incredible talent of our favorite vocalists to coaching decisions that left many of us questioning if the judges were watching the same show we were. Tonight's episode had it all. And if that wasn't enough, the emotional toll was evident as even Kelsey Ballerini, known for her tough exterior, was reduced to tears, thanks to a moving performance combined with an unexpected, personal twist. So buckle up, grab your tissues and your favorite drink, because tonight we're going to dissect every electrifying moment from Monday's knockouts in vivid detail. We'll break down each performance, evaluate the coaching, decisions, and uncover the drama behind every note. Get ready to join me in the ring. Let's step into the arena and discuss what went down on The Voice tonight. The night began with anticipation so thick you could cut it with a knife. Fans across the nation were glued to their screens as The Voice Season 27 Knockouts kicked off with a bang. For those unfamiliar, the Knockouts are one of the most critical rounds in the competition, where each contestant gets to choose their own song, a chance to showcase individuality and style in a head-to-head showdown. From the very first performance, the energy was palpable. The production was top-notch, with lights, cameras, and a live band setting the stage for what was to be a night of fierce competition and raw emotion. As the performances unfolded, every coach's decision had us wondering if they were in sync with what the audience was feeling, or if they were operating on an entirely different wavelength. One of the standout aspects of tonight's knockouts was the unpredictability. Every coach had a tough job deciding who would move on to the next round and who would face the heartbreak of elimination. And as the night progressed, it became increasingly clear that no one was safe from surprises. Kicking things off on Team Legend, we witnessed a clash that had all the makings of an emotional showdown. BD Diary took to the stage with his cover of Back at One, a ballad originally made famous by Brian McKnight. Now, if you've been following the show, you might have sensed from the start that BD Diary's version had a certain lethargy, an unintentional monotony that put even the most dedicated fans at risk of dozing off. His performance was graded a C+, a lukewarm score that left many of us wondering if he could muster the urgency needed for such a powerful song. Facing him was Colby Cordell, who delivered his rendition of Lately with a rich, weathered vocal tone that earned him a B+. Impressive performance that immediately set the bar higher. Although Team Legend's coach Adam made a surprising decision by selecting BD Ty over Colby, even stealing Colby for another chance later on, the debate was already in full swing. Many of us were left questioning whether BD Ty's performance truly deserved the win, especially after Colby's memorable cover of Stevie Wonder's classic, which seemed to blow BD Ty's effort out of the water. As I watched, I couldn't help but feel a mixture of frustration and disbelief. It was as if the lights had been switched off on BD Ty's moment, leaving us all to wonder what on earth was going through the coach's mind. And just when you thought the drama couldn't escalate further, the night had many more surprises in store. Next up, we moved to Team Adam, where the competition heated up with a showdown that had all the intensity of a championship bout. Lucia Flores Wiseman and Grace Miller Moody squared off in a performance that had everyone on the edge of their seats. Lucia chose to sing Slow It Down, a track that, despite receiving a C grade from our panel, was full of potential. Her vocals are an acquired taste, unique and raw, but when you listen closely, you can hear the depth of emotion she brings to the song. On the other side, Grace Miller Moody took on Dreams, a song that allowed her to shine with a cover that was as soulful as it was haunting. Despite her brilliant interpretation, her performance was graded a C, suggesting that while she had the passion, she might have fallen just a tad short in technical precision. It was one of those moments that left us torn. Was it the right call to let Lucia advance, or should Grace Miller have been given another chance to refine her performance? Throughout the duel, the tension was palpable. Coach Adam, known for his judges' keen eye for raw talent and explosive energy had a difficult decision to make. Ultimately, the decision went in favor of Lucia, a choice that sparked debate among fans who appreciated both singers for very different reasons. It was a classic case of taste versus technicality, and it set the stage for even more dramatic decisions as the night unfolded. Perhaps the most heart-wrenching moment of the night came from Team Kelsey Ballerini, always a force of emotion and passion, found herself reduced to tears during a performance that touched a deep nerve. Tanika Wyatt took the stage with her cover of Best of My Love, a performance that was graded an impressive A. Tanika delivered the song with such range, dynamic energy, and that signature cool, raspy finish that left the audience in awe. Every note was a testament to her talent and determination, and it seemed like nothing could stop her from moving forward. Facing Tanika was Dan Kiernan, who chose to sing Impossible. Dan's performance, graded an A, was a powerhouse display of vocal prowess. At first glance, his version of the song, coupled with his impressive vocal range, appeared destined to win. The intensity of his delivery reminded many of watching Bruce Banner transform into the Incredible Hulk, but as the performance unfolded, something unexpected happened. Despite his technically superior performance, it was Tanika's emotional connection to the song that ultimately swayed the coach's decision. The emotional toll of that decision was palpable. Kelsey Ballerini, known for her strong, sometimes unflappable demeanor, was visibly moved, tears streaming down her face as she witnessed the culmination of raw talent and heartfelt vulnerability on stage. That moment, combining a deeply moving performance with the weight of a difficult elimination, encapsulated the very essence of what the voice is all about: passion, struggle, and the quest for authenticity in the face of impossible choices. Moving onto Team Bublé, the competition took on a different tone. Barry-Jean Fontenot and Simone Marijic faced off in a duel that pitted technical skill against emotional rawness. Barry's cover of Haven't Met You Yet earned him a solid B, a performance that was charming but perhaps lacking the emotional crescendo needed to truly capture the song's essence. On the other side, Simone Marijic delivered a rendition of She Used to Be Mine that was graded an A, a performance filled with vulnerability and passion that left even the most stoic viewers reaching for their tissues. Simone's performance was one of those rare moments when you could feel every emotion in the room as she poured her heart and soul into the song. The raw intensity of her voice, combined with the delicate nuances of her delivery, created a moment of pure, unfiltered emotion. Even Barry, who had been a strong contender, couldn't quite match the sheer power of Simone's performance. Despite his undeniable talent and appealing stage presence, his selection of the song did not offer that capital M moment that convinces everyone he's the best. Coach Michael Bublé, known for his refined taste and attention to detail, ultimately chose Barry, perhaps influenced by a desire to showcase a different side of his team. The decision, though controversial, was met with mixed reactions. Some fans argued that Simone's performance deserved the win, while others believed that Barry's steady if not spectacular delivery was the right call. Regardless, the duel on Team Bublé was a highlight of the evening, an emotional roller coaster that left everyone talking. Back on Team Adam, the battle between Ethan Eckenrode and Trevin Dawson brought yet another surge of emotion to the stage. Ethan Eckenrode took on Tom Petty's classic I Won't Back Down, delivering a singer-songwritery rendition that was graded a B. While his version was smooth and well executed, it didn't quite have the explosive energy needed to make it a standout performance. His interpretation, though technically sound, felt more like a soundtrack moment, nice to listen to, but not the adrenaline-pumping moment one would expect in a knockout round. In stark contrast, Trevin Dawson, singing Red Dirt Road, delivered a performance that was nothing short of electrifying. Trevin's vocal delivery was robust and dynamic, so much so that at one point his exuberance was palpable as he skipped around the stage in pure joy. It was a performance that captured the hearts of everyone watching, and it left an indelible impression that many believe could have carried him to the top of the competition. Coach Adam, faced with a difficult decision, ultimately chose Trevin. The energy, the stage presence, and the sheer magnetism of Trevin's performance won over the judges, even if Ethan's rendition was commendable in its own right. For many viewers, it was a heartbreaking moment to see Ethan, who had shown promise, fall short against a performance that simply could not be ignored. The emotional stakes were incredibly high, and as always on The Voice, the decisions of the coaches left us questioning, and at times questioning our own musical tastes. Returning once again to Team Kelsey, we witnessed a showdown that was both captivating and deeply emotional. Iris Herrera took the stage with a rendition of Ray LaMontaña's Jolene, a performance that earned her a stunning A grade. Unlike Dolly Parton's classic Jolene, this version was imbued with raw, honest emotion. Iris delivered her performance like a soul-scarring confession, vulnerable, real, and deeply affecting. Her vocal performance was marked by an impeccable use of vibrato, which, while usually not my personal favorite, was handled with such skill that it felt like an integral part of her storytelling. Facing Iris was Angie Ray, who chose to sing Dirt Cheap and earned an A for her performance. Angie's rendition was powerful and intense. She went back and forth between speaking and singing with a nuanced performance that demonstrated both passion and control. However, as the judges deliberated, it was clear that the emotional impact of Iris's performance had struck a deeper chord. Despite Angie's fierce effort and the fact that her performance made Kelsey cry both during rehearsals and live showtime, the decision went in favor of Iris. Coach decisions in these moments are never easy, and they leave fans divided. While some believed Angie's performance was technically stronger, many felt that Iris's ability to connect emotionally with the audience was simply too powerful to ignore. It was a moment that encapsulated everything that makes The Voice so unpredictable and emotionally charged. Now let's take a moment to reflect on the emotional toll of the night. Among all the powerhouse performances and shocking eliminations, one moment stood out as particularly heartbreaking. Kelsea Ballerini herself was reduced to tears. Known for her strong, sometimes stoic presence, Kelsey was visibly moved by the combination of events on stage, a very ill dog in the background, and a performance that struck such a deep emotional chord. For many viewers, seeing a coach as composed, as Kelsey break down in tears, was a poignant reminder of the raw human emotion that The Voice is all about. It wasn't just a competition, it was a celebration of passion, vulnerability, and the transformative power of music. The sight of tears streaming down her face resonated with countless fans, adding another layer of drama and authenticity to an already intense evening. As the night ended and the stage lights dimmed, the conversation was far from over. Social media exploded with reactions as fans dissected every performance, every decision, and every tear shed on stage. Forums, tweets, and YouTube comment sections filled with passionate debates about who deserved to win and whether the coaches were truly in tune with the talent before them. Some viewers were left stunned by the elimination of frontrunners, questioning if the coaches had been watching the same show that they were. Others praised the judges for their bold decisions, arguing that the unpredictability and raw emotion of the knockouts are what make The Voice such a unique competition. One recurring theme in the discussions was the stark contrast between technical performance and emotional connection. While some singers showcased incredible vocal abilities and technical prowess, it was often the artist who connected on an emotional level that triumphed, sometimes at the expense of what might have been considered perfect technique. This debate is at the heart of The Voice, and tonight's episode reminded us that in this competition, authenticity and emotion can often be the deciding factors. To further dissect the evening's performances, we reached out to music critics and industry insiders who offered their take on the night's events. One critic noted, "The knockouts tonight were a roller coaster of emotion. While technical perfection is important, the real magic happens when a performer can make you feel something deep." Iris Herrera's rendition of Jolene was a masterclass in vulnerability, and it's clear that the emotional impact of her performance played a crucial role in her win. Another commentator weighed in on the controversial decisions from Team Adam, highlighting the contrasting styles of Ethan Eckenrode and Trevin Dawson. Ethan's performance was beautifully understated, but Trevin brought an energy that was impossible to ignore. Sometimes the raw exuberance of a live performance is worth more than a technically flawless rendition, he explained. Experts also pointed out that the ability for singers to choose their own numbers added a fresh, unpredictable element to the knockouts. This format, they argued, allows each contestant to truly express their individuality, even if it means taking risks that might not always pay off. The critics were divided. Some applauded the freedom it offered, while others wondered if the coaches might be swayed by fleeting emotional moments rather than long-term potential. Behind every decision on The Voice lies a complex process where coaches must balance technical skill with emotional resonance. Throughout tonight's knockouts, the judges were clearly faced with some of the toughest calls of the season, from selecting a winner in Team Legend's fierce battle between BD Du Bois and Colby Cordell, to the difficult choice between Lucia Flores-Wiseman and Grace Miller-Moody on Team Adam. Every decision was laden with pressure. Coach Adam's surprising choice of BD Tai over Colby sparked immediate controversy. Many fans questioned whether technical perfection or emotional delivery should be the deciding factor in these duels. Similarly, on Team Kelsey, the heart-wrenching elimination of Angie Ray, despite her intense performance on Dirt Cheap, left viewers in disbelief. These decisions highlight the subjective nature of live performance evaluation, a blend of gut instinct, technical analysis, and the intangible quality of it. In interviews post-show, the coaches acknowledged the difficulty of their task. They admitted that every choice is a risk, and that sometimes the decision that tugs at the heartstrings might not always be the one that proves most successful in later rounds. Their candid reflections add another layer to the drama, reminding us that behind the polished facade of The Voice, there are real human emotions at play. One of the most fascinating aspects of tonight's episode has been the overwhelming reaction from fans. Social media platforms lit up with passionate responses. Some fans praised the raw emotion and vulnerability of the performances, while others expressed frustration with the judges' decisions. Comments such as, "I'm crying, Rocky," "With the camera, I'm dying," and "I wish I could have witnessed the magic of Iris's Jolene live. It was soul-stirring," filled the comment sections. Fans of Team Adam lamented the elimination of a frontrunner, while supporters of Team Legend debated whether BDT's performance truly deserved the win over Colby Cordell. This vibrant online discourse is a testament to the power of The Voice to evoke strong emotions. Whether you were moved to tears like Coach Kelsey or left questioning the fairness of the decisions, tonight's knockouts provided plenty of talking points. It's a reminder that music, in its purest form, is a language of emotion, one that transcends technical details and touches something deeper within us all. As we analyze tonight's performances and coaching decisions, one thing becomes clear. The Knockouts round is a pivotal moment in The Voice. It's a stage where every note sung, every performance delivered, has a direct impact on the trajectory of the competition. Tonight's episode, with its mix of stunning highs and gut-wrenching eliminations, has set the tone for what's to come. The ability for contestants to choose their own songs has added a new layer of excitement and unpredictability to the competition. It's a format that rewards individuality and artistic expression, even if it sometimes results in choices that polarize opinions. As we move forward in the season, the decisions made tonight will undoubtedly influence how coaches strategize and how contestants approach their performances in the upcoming rounds. For fans, this episode is both a celebration of raw talent and a sobering reminder of the harsh realities of competition. It's a moment when dreams are made and broken in a matter of minutes, and it leaves us all wondering what the future holds for these aspiring stars. Beyond the dazzling performances and dramatic eliminations, tonight's episode offered a glimpse into the personal journeys of the contestants. Each singer brought their own story, their own struggles, and their own unique style to the stage. Take, for example, the battle on Team Legend between BD.Tai and Colby Cordell. While the technical aspects of their performances were heavily debated, what truly made the moment memorable was the raw emotion behind their songs. Colby's rendition of Stevie Wonder's classic, with his weathered, soulful voice, told a story of hardship, resilience, and hope. An emotional journey that resonated with many viewers. Despite the surprise decision in favor of BD Taki, Colby's performance remains a standout moment of the night. Similarly, on Team Adam, the clash between Ethan Eckenrode and Trevin Dawson was more than just a vocal duel. It was a window into the heart of what drives these young artists, their passion, their determination, and their unyielding desire to prove themselves on a national stage. Trevin's exuberant, almost electrifying performance of Red Dirt Road showcased a talent that could not be ignored, even as Ethan's understated version of I Won't Back Down offered a more reflective, soulful alternative. These personal stories are the heartbeat of The Voice. They remind us that behind every performance is a human being with dreams, fears, and the relentless drive to succeed. Tonight, we witnessed moments of vulnerability, courage, and raw talent that will undoubtedly shape the contestants' journeys as the competition heats up in the coming rounds. Behind every decision on The Voice is a complex process that involves not only technical evaluation, but also an assessment of emotional impact and potential growth. The coaches' decisions tonight left many viewers wondering if they were seeing the same show that we were watching at home. Take Team Legend's surprising pick of BD Daisai over Colby Cordell. Although BD Daisai's cover of Back at 1 received a lukewarm C+ compared to Colby's stronger B+. The decision sparked fierce debate among fans. Similarly, on Team Adam, while Ethan's performance was smooth and well crafted, it was Treven's infectious energy and stage presence that ultimately won the day. The judges' decisions are never just about technical perfection. They're about what moves the audience, what connects on a deeper emotional level, and what has the potential to grow over the course of the competition. The coaches openly acknowledged the difficulty of these decisions. In post-show interviews, they spoke about the challenges of judging live performances where every moment counts, and how sometimes the heart wins over the technical aspects of a performance. This ongoing debate between what is technically sound and what is emotionally resonant is what makes The Voice such a captivating spectacle. We also reached out to a panel of music critics and industry experts to get their take on tonight's knockouts. The consensus was clear. This episode was a roller coaster of emotions. One critic commented, "The Voice knockouts tonight were a masterclass in raw, unfiltered talent. While some performances may not have been technically flawless, the emotional intensity on display was undeniable." Another analyst noted, "The ability of the contestants to choose their own songs adds a new dimension to the competition. It's a risk that can pay off in spades if the performer can truly connect with the material, and tonight we saw that play out in a number of ways." Experts were particularly impressed by the contrasting styles seen on stage. They pointed out that while some contestants delivered technically impressive covers, it was those who managed to infuse their performances with personal meaning and vulnerability who truly stood out. This nuanced approach to performance, they argued, is what will ultimately determine who rises to the top in the coming rounds of The Voice Season 27. Tonight's knockouts have set the stage for what promises to be an exhilarating journey throughout the rest of The Voice Season 27. The decisions made by the coaches tonight, controversial, emotional, and sometimes baffling, will have lasting repercussions on the competition. Contestants who narrowly escaped elimination will now have a renewed focus, while those who were sent home leave behind a legacy of what could have been. The dynamic of the competition has shifted dramatically, with each team now refined by tough choices and unexpected eliminations. The path forward is more unpredictable than ever. Coaches will need to balance nurturing raw talent with making hard decisions that could determine the future success of their teams. And as the season progresses, every performance will be scrutinized not only by the judges, but also by an audience that is hungry for authenticity and innovation. The emotional roller coaster of tonight's episode has already ignited countless debates online. Fans are split between those who believe the judges made the right calls and those who feel that technical prowess should have taken precedence over raw emotion. As the competition heats up, these discussions are sure to intensify, making The Voice Season 27 one of the most talked about seasons in recent memory. One of the most engaging aspects of The Voice is the vibrant community of fans who passionately debate every decision. As soon as tonight's episode aired, social media platforms were flooded with reactions. Comments ranged from praise for the emotional vulnerability of certain performances to heated debates about the technical merits of others. Fans of Team Kelsey in particular were deeply moved by the moments that reduced Coach Kelsey Ballerini to tears. Many took to Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook to share their own emotional reactions, with hashtags like AllKelseyTears and voice emotions trending for hours. Other fans focused on the surprising coaching decisions, some praising the bold moves, while others were left scratching their heads and questioning whether the judges were truly on the same wavelength as the live audience. The online discourse is a testament to the power of live television and the ability of music to evoke strong emotions. Every tweet, every post, every comment adds another layer to the collective narrative of The Voice, making it not just a competition, but a shared cultural experience. The passion of the fans, their willingness to engage in thoughtful debate, and their unfiltered responses are what keep this show alive and relevant in today's ever-evolving entertainment landscape. As we take a step back and reflect on tonight's Knockouts premiere, one thing is abundantly clear: The Voice Season 27 is not just a competition. It's a dynamic, ever-evolving celebration of human emotion, artistic expression, and the unpredictable nature of live performance. From the emotional depths that brought Kelsey Ballerini to tears to the surprising eliminations and coaching decisions that have left fans divided, every moment of tonight's episode has challenged our perceptions of what it means to perform, to judge, and to connect with an audience. The contestants' ability to choose their own songs has injected an element of unpredictability that is both exhilarating and nerve-wracking, pushing every performer to not only showcase their vocal abilities, but also to bare their souls on stage. The decisions made by the coaches have sparked intense debates about the value of technical perfection versus emotional connection. Some performances, like Iris Herrera's soulful take on Jolene, demonstrated that raw emotion can sometimes outweigh even the most polished technique. Others, like Trevin Dawson's exuberant rendition of Red Dirt Road, remind us that sometimes energy and stage presence are the deciding factors in a live performance. And even in the face of controversy and unexpected eliminations, the show continues to captivate us, proving that The Voice is as much about the journey as it is about the destination. Tonight's episode has set the tone for what promises to be one of the most unpredictable and emotionally charged seasons yet. As we look ahead to the coming rounds, one thing is certain: every note sung, every decision made, and every tear shed on stage will contribute to the rich tapestry of stories that define The Voice Season 27. And that, my friends, brings us to the end dive into The Voice Season 27 Knockouts premiere. A night filled with unforgettable performances, heart-wrenching decisions, and plenty of surprises that have left us all buzzing with excitement. And it has been an absolute honor to guide you through every twist, every tear, and every breathtaking moment from this groundbreaking episode. Before we sign off, I want to hear from you, our passionate viewers and dedicated fans. What did you think of tonight's performances? Were you moved to tears like Kelsey, Ballerini, or did you find yourself questioning the judges' decisions? Which performance was your favorite, and which elimination shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts, comments, and hot takes in the comment section below and join the conversation. If you enjoyed this in-depth report, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another sensational update from the world of entertainment and reality TV. Your support and engagement are what keep this community vibrant and alive. Good night, and until next time,